from the center of this here galaxy, live on a Friday. This is ForceCenter Now. I'm Ken Knapsack. I messed up the intro already. A worse show, ForceCenter about Star Wars pop culture, the ultimate adventure, life itself. Joseph and I came crashing in here, but I'll let this man speak for himself. I don't want to blame you for anything. Crashing into here. That sounds bad. That sounds bad.
Everything's my fault. I knocked over the internet like a pile of dishes in the kitchen. Crash. Hello, everyone. My name's Joseph Scrimshaw. I think we should maybe we should like rename this to like Stressed Friday with ForceCenter, because you and I always come screaming in.
We do.
Really stressed, and then calm down, relax into it, and have fun.
Yeah.
But it happens every Friday.
Yep, this is show 3 of 5 today for me. And I'm happy to be here. It's a Friday. We got some people lined up to call in. That's the nature of the show. If you're a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/ForceCenter, you get the link to call into the show. If your camera ready, let us know. If you don't want camera, you're audio only, we'll see you there in the queue. But I always look forward to Joseph. But yes, it's time is playing a weird trick on me, not just for my birthday, but the fact that we're already in May. The fact that, we have to start making plans for Star Wars Celebration 2027. I think the stress of time is hitting me today.
Yes, and Maul is going to be over in like 72 hours, and Mando and Grogu will have been like, it's going to be old news in a month. It is. It's going fast. I would like to acknowledge that I am in my alternate studio in North Minneapolis at my dad's house in my childhood bedroom. I've been having a great week in Minneapolis, but I have been on like absolute emotional whiplash. I don't know if I'm using the term code switch correctly, but like I've been going back and forth to being like, oh, I'm with family. Yesterday I saw a friend that I haven't seen in literally 10 years, and then did some work on the film, then did some work on another film, then saw another friend that I hadn't seen in 10 years. I'm just like, my mind is all over the map.
Yeah. And Star Wars is usually the thing that calms me down. In fact, last night, this is a mini Star Wars adventure if we talk about it on Monday, but I forced myself into my garage gym to work out, and I've been slowly rewatching The Mandalorian. So I'm up to episode 5, chapter 5, The Gunslinger. Watching that one, almost 7 years on. It's interesting to watch it now. I like it a lot more than I did back then, but it's that has been helping me to calm down. There's been a lot of just like, once you're there and the flow over in rhythm of season 1 is Mandalorian season 1 is very relaxing in a weird way to me.
It is. It's so just calm and direct, and I think so relatable, because it's mostly just like a tired guy just trying to get some basic crap done. So what's my problem now? Okay, I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
I got to fix my car. I got to fix my space car. All right, I'll get my space car fixed.
Yeah, and then you're watching, episode 4 ends with, hey, once you stay here and Sorgan and have some spatchka and, marry this lady and raise two kids, one of them a frog-eating force wielder. And I'm like, stay, Mando, stay. Don't leave.
Right?
Don't leave.
We finished season 1. But after my wife and I watched The Gunslinger, I was like, back in the day, this was the most controversial episode. And she was like, why? I was like, well, people really hated Toro Calican. She's like, aren't you supposed to? It's like, well, that's what I've always thought.
Yeah. He's still got a little, he's still got what they called wrestling go away heat, which is when you're just like, you're not booing him because he's a villain. You're booing him because you're like, I just don't like you. But,
he's got that one take when Mando like agrees to do the job, and he's like, yeah. Like, I really enjoy that.
But the episode has so many other wonderful things, the Tusken Raider thing, and then now the ending.
Fennec Shand?
Yeah, Fennec Shand. The ending with Boba Fett walking up. Now that we've seen the other side of it, I really love it, and I'm watching that episode, and I'm just picturing, somewhere out there in the dunes, Boba Fett seeing the flares, and it was fun. So there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, in top episode for Din Djarin Snark. I wish that he give Din Djarin more foils as annoying as Toro, so he could be as snarky. Like that moment when he says, when Toro says, well, I don't have armor, and Din says, yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
So great.
You don't. We are here today mostly to talk about Maul Shadow Lord, but if you want to talk about anything else or want to talk about where your Mandalorian rewatch is, you can call into the show. Like I said, we are both looking back at 7 and 8. but also looking ahead to 9 and 10 and how this series wraps up. And what is fun, I don't think anyone did this that we know. I always trust Alex and Molly for, not getting too far ahead, recording their reviews after they've gone ahead with the screeners that they have. But now everyone's on even playing field, Joseph. No one knows in this punditry space or the fandom what's happening in 9 and 10, and I love living in that world.
I do too. Everybody was real cool, but like I had a great time doing the triad of the Force episode, and I didn't ask or know whether Gustavo had seen them, and he asked for predictions, and then I was like, oh, blah blah blah. Here's what I think is going to happen to Jedi Master Iko Diodaki. He's like, interesting. I've seen the.
Oh yeah.
So like he was not a jerk about it at all, but it is that weird tension of like
Yep.
It's weird to be predicting in front of people who know what's going to happen.
It is weird indeed. So yeah, I guess before we take our calls, we got some super chats coming in. We'll get to those. We really appreciate that. Have you had time at all to ruminate on what might happen in these final 2 episodes? And the big question of Master Io Diodaki. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Iko Diodaki. Yeah, I think I can. My mind's been very full, but since our discussion review, I'm really drawn to this idea of the end of the first season makes sense is some amount of our heroes escaping Janix, which will be overrun. And again, I know I said this on the review, but there's just been so much imagery of everybody attempting to ascend in some way and being brought down into the mud and the sewer and the puddles of self-reflection and self-hatred sometimes. And then, their literal active goal, all of them, is get off Janix. So that's feeling to me like I don't think Devin's going to have a big turn, and I think it's possible that Master Iko Diodaki dies, or maybe that is the big climax of he dies so she can escape with Maul to live to fight another day. But the other reflection I've had is that I know they've announced season 2. I am sort of feeling like they know they have 3 seasons, and this is a 3-act story, and that all of our sort of discussion in the whole fandom community about Devin and whether or not she turns and how she handles it being the spine of the show was correct. It's just going to be spread out over 3 seasons, because this whole show is feeling like a brilliant, beautiful act 1 of a 3-act structure.
You're absolutely right. The speed or lack thereof in which animation gets made kind of lends me to agree with you on this idea. And I'm going to make I'm going against everything I said on our reviews thus far. I think Master Daki survives. Exactly what you said. If they know they have time, don't rush it.
Yeah.
Now, if he does, it'll probably be done with great purpose. It's something we kind of thought was going to happen, but I really agree with you. They know they have time, even just 2 seasons. They got time to do it differently.
I do think there is a possibility that they've been playing with us with the choice to make Devin a Twi'lek, which has caused all in fans to have all the Darth Talon speculation. Setting Master Iko Diodaki up is an obvious soon death. What if they cut him in half and he falls down a pit, and it's like it seems very dead, but it's very similar to Maul, and he survived. And then for like 2 to 3 years, we can all be like, no, I think you made it. I think Master Daki made it.
I think you're right. Dave Mackay has our first prediction of the day. Master Daki becomes Darth Talon. There you go. Just change it all up.
Turn it all on its head.
I
want to grab this super chat too, because hey, we do not need them. We don't need you to give them, but no, we need them right now. So they're very extra appreciated. This from Igor the Mad.
Yeah.
Says, I want to give some love to Kyber's servers on PC for Battlefront 2. They have a resurgence event for May 5th, and the team has done so much to keep that game alive on PC with new modes, heroes, etc. The game refuses to die. That's really cool. I have not had much time to play video games, but I gave a lot of my life to that game in like 2017, 2018, and fond memories. And then this from Addie. I imagine Maul Shadow Lord will end with the credits. Okay, I'll see myself out. $5 joke is very appreciated.
we accept that. We accept that. Yeah, man, I still every once in a while not only get a little craving for Battlefront 2, but actually act on it and play and not just go back to the simpler days of 2017 era. But also, it's just still a beautiful game and fun to just kind of go around and shoot. So it'll always have value in my world. All right. Yeah, I think you and I will throw in any other thoughts or predictions we have along the way, but I think it's time to open up the phone lines. We got a lot of people queued up here today, and I love that. And I think we got maybe a first-time caller. We're going to start off with a long-time, first-time. Ingenious is camera ready. Here we go, and welcome to the show. Am I right? First time?
Yes.
Love it. Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
And are you in a car or a tent? Where are you?
I'm parked. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He was very quick. He knows the ForceCenter rules. We call it the McCarcel rule, 10 and 2 if you're calling in and driving. Ingenious, thanks for calling in. Your thoughts on what's going to happen here, and how did you like 7 and 8?
I really love 7 and 8. Obviously, especially the visions that Maul had. Something thought in episode 2, where we know all these things that Sidious has done, Sidious / Palpatine. But then when you have them just connected one after the other, it was like, yeah, he's really done a number on everyone. And then knowing these things that he had Maul and what happened and cast him aside to move on to another apprentice, always moving on for this grand plan. But then again, just to see it all one after the other, just and seeing Maul like break down instead of just repress that and turn it to anger. I mean, he did turn it to anger shortly after that.
Yeah.
But to finally see him kind of deal with it, that really just kind of made me feel a certain way, and that's what I like about these these shows that really mean a lot to me, is when they make me feel something.
Yeah. Did you you can say if this is too personal a question, but did you did you relate to Maul having to kind of go through that sort of that pain of anger towards what had been done to him, but it's also really clear that he had internalized it and he was angry at himself as a child,
Yeah, well, it's not really personal experience, but just kind of been with the character and kind of see how they've what he's gone through, and I was kind of late to animation and not having watched it, Rebels or Clone Wars, until after the first season of Mandalorian. So kind of after that, before season 2 of the Mandalorian, really kind of got a crash course in it all. Saw all of Clone Wars, including season 7. I finished season 6 right before season 7.
Okay.
And so then jumped right into that, and then Rebels right after that. So really had just didn't have to go a long time without seeing all these characters and what they went through, and especially what all Maul went through there at the latter half of Clone Wars.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, how did it feel? Once you finally got to the animation side, your reasons for not being there earlier don't really matter. You got there. How did you become obsessed with it, or how did you feel about it?
Oh yeah. It became just one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Like it's like Rebels is one of my absolute favorite projects that Star Wars has had. It just seeing what these characters go through, and that really taking the time, and it's what I really love about the TV shows is you really have been able to spend the time.
Yeah.
And what they go through as opposed to a movie.
Indeed. Thoughts on the final 2 episodes before we let you go? Big predictions. Will Docky survive? Will he die? That's what we need to know. But where do you think it's going to
go? Just a couple ones. I wonder if one or both of the Inquisitors, 1st and 11th, will perish. Especially something happens with Merrick along the way. Always see the deflatable head from Tales of the Jedi. Kind of wonder what that's about. Yeah. And my thought about Master Daki. I don't know, sort of have this thought. I think, yes, like we're all waiting for Devin to turn, and we were all waiting for him to not be around so much. But just an idea I had was, if they all meet up together and Maul saves them, if it would be more, if it would cause Devin to turn more if Maul or if Daki just says, Maul saves them, and then now he's in a bind and he just wants to abandon him, and he wants to leave him to the Empire. It's like, that's not our problem. We kind of saw Devin kind of turn up an eyebrow when he says, "Oh yeah, let's just leave the Lawsons. We just need to get out of here." And so I wonder if just seeing that Jedi tenet of protecting everyone while he's, but for good reason, Jedi are in survival mode and just trying to survive. I wonder if that possibly could, I don't know, just an idea I thought about. Not that he died, but just that she would feel betrayed like Maul was betrayed.
I like that.
It's a great idea. Turn. Yeah, a great pressure point, because Jedi are supposed to protect and defend, but I'm sure Daki would be like, "Hey, if Maul's bleeding out, that's great. Let's go."
Right.
And she might be more inclined to rescue him when put Daki in a good bind. That's a really fun idea.
Love it. And Genius, thank you for calling in. Thank you for parking your car. Okay. And I know Detective McCarcel says we hate the McCarcel rule. Just about safety around here. But appreciate you calling in for the first time.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Love it. Yeah, I think that's a great thought, that it's not necessarily this big moment, this action, and suddenly Devin's like, I shall be Sith. It's just seeing maybe Daki, tried to do something right to him and right to the Jedi Order that we might say, we get where he's coming from, but having it tweak our brain a little bit. I could see that.
Yeah. So they've set it up so well. So there's so many interesting pressure points to push on. I can't wait to see what they want to tell us.
Truly, indeed. I looked down and I was like, we've got a call from Joseph Scrimshaw. No, that is because we are all in the queue on the scene. All right. Next call, we got Obi-Wan Jacoby calling in, talking about 7 and 8, maybe predictions for 9 and 10. Where are you going, Jake?
Well, first off, I just want to share that I have dressed for the occasion. Store.
For audio listeners, our screen was filled with a Darth Maul t-shirt, and it was glorious.
So as far as predictions go for the last couple of episodes, there is a sort of Darth Vader shaped elephant in the room. I don't think he's going to make his presence there. He is going to show up in a hologram, and that's going to be the teaser for season 2. That's what my prediction is. But I'm with you, Ken. I think Daki is, against all odds, going to survive to season 2 as well.
Okay. It just, we've been joking all along, Joseph, you've been saying he almost turns to camera and goes, "Still alive, podcasters." It's just kind of got that feel, which I love, because I was always interested in the idea of the show, but I had that like, oh yeah, he'll die, and subvert it in a good, natural way that's true to the story. What'd you like about 7 and 8?
So there are several moments. This is one of those where, I've been watching, this kind of content for long enough that you start to pick up on, this scene is going to be talked about just during your first watch. That's how I felt during Maul's whole vision situation. But what I really wanted to talk about is how they've developed Devin and Daki's master apprentice relationship, because I think it's one of the most interesting ones we've gotten so far. Because Daki has on a few occasions made a suggestion or said something that, while it goes with Jedi principles in some way, is not really the most appropriate thing for the situation. And Devin will push back on him, and instead of sort of having an argument, Daki will consider it, and then he will say, "Yes, that's the path forward. We should do what you said." And I really think that's nice and that's healthy, in a lot of ways. But especially in these episodes, I also appreciate how Devin is making choices for herself and immediately seeing consequences of those choices, like when she leaves Riley behind to fight alongside Maul when the Empire shows up, and immediately sees the consequences of those actions and learns from them pretty much right away. And I think that's really, really interesting to see because, with only 2 episodes left, I don't really see a path for Devin to turn to Maul's side unless like something absolutely major happens. And I've already put my chips down that Docky survives, so that's not going to be it.
Yeah, you can't budge off that.
I still think that there is a possibility that Docky doesn't make it because that would be a good sort of finale energy. But I'm with you. I don't think there's any big turn moment. I think there's just a deepening of her connection to Maul and a deepening of the possibility of. I love how much she's taking the good advice, but there is a side of doubt. Like, I love how much it's been like you're saying of like Jedi have a purpose. They should defend. They shouldn't just hide. But then there's this little bit underneath of it. Like, is it about ego and about how Maul's manipulating her that like, you should get out there and do stuff. Jedi, do stuff. Don't be a loser. Go do stuff for your ego.
Yeah, that's really interesting too, the way that Maul's manipulation is working in a way because the Jedi should use their powers for good. They should be helping out. And so like Maul is sort of catching that little bit of like the truth and sort of twisting it in an interesting way.
Yeah. Great stuff. And great t-shirt.
Great t-shirt. Great stuff. Is that a Star Wars Explained t-shirt?
Star Wars Explained, yes.
Yes, all right. Oh, and we should say, sometimes she pops up in the chat, but probably not because today is her birthday. Happy birthday to the wonderful Molly David at Star Wars Explained.
Fellow Taurus.
That's right.
Did you, this is not Star Wars related. I might be misremembering. Were you moving the last time we talked with you?
Yes, this is my new place. No longer in the Cloud City lighting.
Well, I hope you have some other good lighting of some kind. Some Coruscant lighting.
Let that be known that let it be known that at ForceCenter, we care about our fans and listeners so much that we know where you live. We know where you live and we know what your lampshades are like.
Star Wars planet does your apartment look like? We know.
We know. Thank you, Obi-Wan and Jacoby, for calling in as always, buddy.
Take it easy.
Thanks for having me.
All right, call next coming in. What's going to be? Looks like audio. I'll get that set up. But
let me grab a couple quick super chats here. This comes from Mr. L.D. Speeds, who says, "Hey guys, Count Pepto here. Do you think Maul will defeat one of the Inquisitors in the finale? My hopes are to see him kick some Inquisitor ass." Yeah, I mean, I think yes. For me, there's the big side with the protagonist. This is Maul's show. We are empathizing with Maul, even when I think we can say we don't agree with what he's going to do ultimately. I deeply want him to kick those Inquisitors' asses. And I spend a lot of time being like, he can definitely kick Merrick's ass.
Yeah.
Because he has become a gas zombie, we think. But also, the whole thing, they're calling these Inquisitors and marketing and action figures, they're calling American Crow. Maybe that's just they've gotten used to like, okay, people can't keep all the numbers straight.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to say that guy doesn't die and Darth Vader doesn't go, I'm not wasting that cool helmet. I'm making another Inquisitor. Wear that cool helmet.
To stop off of the Inquisitor conversation for a moment, I agree, Count Pepto. I'd love to see Maul do that. Both Merrick and the Crow seem to have odd endings later on in life at the hands of Ahsoka. Something going on in there. Anyways, we want to find out. But I think you're right. I think we would make jokes. I don't know, seventh sister, second sister, third brother, but it does get confusing. But I love the individual designs. I love the stories we've learned about all of them. But yeah, I think you're right. Adding names to them is something I've been enjoying. Even though I do agree with you, they're so interchangeable. Yeah, and that's probably part of the point. Do you think? I think I made the joke on one of their shows last week, one of the reviews that the Crow might just be a little alien in the middle, right, controlling things. And that, but what if he's like a crow? What if in the center is just a space crow? And that's why he's the Crow.
Yeah, there's a cut scene where he goes caw, 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 and flies out after his mask collapses when the Ahsoka gets him.
Caw, caw, caw. Love that. One more super chat. We'll get to a phone call here from Rawhide, Phantom Otaku. Enjoyed every episode, but maybe say more. I agree with that. It's just each episode kind of getting better and better. So thank you for that, Phantom Otaku. And thank you, Phantom Otaku, for your super chats on my ASMR channel, which I don't talk about much, but dedicated, relaxed listener.
Really, great agreement with the more feeling.
Yeah.
Couple quick things here. Phantom Otaku says your mug looks fun, Joseph. What is it? It's something I picked up in Halloween right before I was shooting the film, my horror film, Dead Media here, and it is just a very weird Grim Reaper guy, and his handle is a little scythe, and he's got a bow tie for some reason. So I love it when Death gets kind of like cutesy.
Death comes to Cutestown. That's not like tied to any IP or anything. That's just an original piece of art. Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm not currently shopping there, but back in the day, it came from Target. They're just sort of weird, like everything's Halloween, so drink out of the Grim Reaper's head. Have fun.
There you go.
And quick from Will Dixon here, the 11th brother, Crow 3.7 inch action figure is so excellent. I very much agree. I wasn't going to get more Maul action figures, and Crow's going to break me. I'm going to get him.
There it is. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Inquisitor mug.
It is.
All right. I keep.
This is the 27th brother, right here.
Yes, that actually be a good mask. All right, I keep teasing it, but here we go. Rawhide calling in, audio only. Appreciate you checking in today. What's your thoughts of 7, 8, and maybe looking ahead to 9 and 10?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Really enjoying this show. It's absolutely hitting every spot that I could possibly have hoped for.
Love it.
I wanted to see you, especially Joseph, since you're here. You brought up a Maul's grand plan a bunch of times, and I'm not so sure he's got a grand plan. He's got grand ambitions, but it feels to me like he's got about as much of a plan to become Emperor of the Galaxy as I do.
Well, I hope you aren't taking over any criminal syndicates and turning powerful young people to your side.
No comment.
Rawhide.
I really like your point. I think he has like the beginnings of a plan, which are sort of to mirror what Sidious did, of like build your power, take your time, and he's clearly got like machinations to both get his revenge but also rebuild his criminal empire to give him more power. And he's talking about Devin like she isn't just like a random Jedi he could turn, but like a special fated one, like Anakin. But I agree with you. I don't think he's got like, here's my master 8-step plan after this. I think he just really wants to have a grand plan in the way that he said that specifically to Rook Cass when she was giving him hell these last episodes about, you went back for the girl. Why don't you just leave? She's clearly attached to her master. And he's like, oh, it's all part of the plan. It wasn't played like a sitcom line, but in my head, it's kind of a sitcom line of like, it's all part of the plan. No, it's not, Maul. You're just saying that. So I kind of agree with you. Is that how you're feeling, Rawhide?
Yeah, kind of. One of the things you mentioned is that he's latching in on Devin as a particularly good prospect. But is she really a particularly good prospect, or is she just the first Jedi that he came across, and any Jedi under these circumstances would be having something of a crisis of confidence?
Yeah,
like
there
that.
is an interesting sort of thread of like both he and Rook Cass seem like surprised and impressed that they survived. So I think there's also like a Maul probably doesn't have the benefit of knowing. I don't think he knows at all that Kenobi survived, but he isn't like, oh, and this person's out there and that person's out there and Quinlan Voss. Like he doesn't have the roster like we do. So if they are the first Jedi he encountered, maybe he's a little bit like, what took a lot? Sidious didn't get you. You survived Sidious. But other than that, no, I mean, she seems like really talented, really cool, but not like, yeah.
Rawhide, you brought up this great thing with the plan, or as people are saying in chat, grand concepts of a plan from Maul. I just absolutely I'm always champing at the bit to get into a mention of Young Guns 2. But Billy the Kid in Young Guns 2 rallies his old mates who he misses and misses their connection, and he promises that they're going to take the old Blackbird Trail to Mexico for safety. And it's revealed that that was a lie the entire time. He just wanted his friends around him. He just wanted to feel connected and have purpose again. Maybe that's what Maul's doing. He's got a plan, sure. I have it written down somewhere. It's all up here. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of spinning off of that, we got the Crimson Dawn teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do you think I didn't read the comics. I just kind of got the summary of them from people who could buy them. Do you think that's part of his thing, is building the groundwork for Crimson Dawn being an anti-Sith, whatever it was they were?
Yeah, I mean, I think being generous to Maul. So in those comics, Kira has a whole big plan to try to take out the Sith, and she tells everybody that, well, not everybody, she tells people that Maul gave her all this information and all this training. So it could be that right now Maul has grand concepts of a plan, and years from now, when he's working with Kira, he's like, okay, I'm putting these pieces in places, and I have a better idea of how to kill him, how to get him. And something goes wrong, and he ends up on Malachor, and Kira picks up the baton. I think that's a generous interpretation of where Maul's going.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Rawhide, great stuff. Great thought starters. We appreciate you calling in. First time for you as well, right?
No, I did call in one time before, but I decided to use my Discord name this time.
Love it. There you go. That's what it is. Appreciate you calling in today.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Rawhide. A couple quick comments here. Detective McCarcel, who may or may not be driving, says, Maul is absolutely winging it. Like I said last week, evil is only derivative and repetitive. All he can do is copy Palpatine. Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely looking at Sheev's paper right now. Phantom Otaku says Maul said he had a vision of his apprentice, but we don't know what the vision entails. That's a really good point. So that is, I think to me that was in I think the first episode. And part of what made me feel like he really wants to see himself as Sidious with the grand plans all fated. It's all destiny. It's all high and lofty. We just know that he said that to Rook. And so we don't know if it's true or not, which is, I think, a really fun place for us all to be wondering and debating.
Yeah, great stuff. I think Rook's going to be. I have no exact prediction on her, or even if she survives, if she stands up to Maul in some way, and he takes her out. That's something that I could see as a realistic possibility. But I'm just waiting for the moment where she finally breaks, where she's finally like, you don't have a plan. You don't know. You have grand concepts of a plan. There you go. Roll. All right. Jedi James, Jared, Maddie, Detective McCarcel, Lex Tano, Jamie B are all in the queue calling in. You can call in by becoming a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/ForceCenter. Get on in there, support the show, get into our Discord where you can find folks like Rawhide. And we got Jedi James on the show here now. Always calling in from the Lothal. I always forget. Is it Lothal?
It's Raxus Secundus.
Right. Yeah. That's my trivia days are behind me. My trivia days are.
I don't think I'd recognize Raxus Secundus just on the visual, so that's pretty cool.
James, where are you going with 9 and 10?
9 and 10, 7 and 8. The whole show has been wonderful. The whole show has been absolutely wonderful. As far as predictions, I really can't predict any further than what other people have said. I don't really know if Daki is going to survive or not. I'm still maybe leaning on no. I might still be in the cautiously guarding myself range. But hey, I will be happy if that's not true and we get more with him because I love him so much. And but I also don't think Devin's going to fall this season. I really think it's going to be that slow build that everyone says. And I'm as hoping for Vader to show up as anyone for that Vader Maul duel, but I really don't think it's going to be at the end of the season either. It just feels like there's too much to build to in order for it to be satisfying. So I definitely, now that we know we have season 2, I definitely think that's when it's going to happen.
Yeah, because I think just structurally, but also narratively, the Inquisitors really took it to poor Maul. So they don't really have a lot of motivation to call their boss and go, we need more help. So there's not really right now a reason for Vader to, get off his Sith throne. But I love the way you're talking about Daki, because we were talking about predictions, but you are bringing in the emotional element of how do we want to be emotionally prepared? And I think I would rather believe he's going to die, and then it will be a pleasant surprise if he lives, rather than I don't need my hope stashed.
Yep. Yep. And you also, James, you're hitting on something too. I've really become a fan of Master Daki and what Dennis Haysbert has done with the role. He's kind of like one of my favorite Jedi in a way now. We don't know much about him. He's new to the scene, but if I was putting a top 10 list together, he might make that list. And so my thoughts of, hey, this guy's gone are kind of being tempered by, I really like him and I'd like to spend more time with him. So they've done a great job with that character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love him to death.
There you go. Any other predictions? Will the crow be revealed to be a crow?
No predictions. I definitely have celebrations for the 7th and 8th episodes, if you will, though.
Yeah. What'd you love about those?
I mean, it's hard to pick one. Everyone talks about the Maul visions, rightfully so. There was all stuff we've known at this point, but just seeing it in that way and just seeing him bash that puddle and say he hates himself with Joseph, I immediately thought of you talking about how he said, "I am filth" in the season 4. It really struck me very hard and very sad. I mean, the duel was amazing. I love Two Boots trying to be, but the protocol in the Empire is like, so what? Yeah, you know, that whole point, to quote Alex Damon, quoting the wonderful Rise and Fall of the Galactic Empire, the Empire made laws to protect the powerful, not protect the citizenry, or however it goes. Immediately thought of that. But my favorite thing was in these episodes, I think, and you both love themes around these parts, I've been told, and made me love them quite a bit. I'm not going to say I'm as good at identifying them as you two wonderful gentlemen are, but I really loved at least what stood out to me was that consistent theme I love of how unity really can get you far. And I just love the contrasting imagery of how Devin choosing between go to Riley or go to the Empire. And when she does, Riley gets captured. The Mandalorian separating from Maul, and what do you know? Get blown up. And Maul getting separated by his own people and nearly pays the price for it until his own brother comes to him. Contrasting that with just how all the good guys consistently try to come together. How Daki even says, maybe we should leave and separate from these people. And they're like, no, let's not do that right now. And just how all their skills get them where they need to be, even to the point of Sol, I think her name is, the casino owner. So maybe not being physically in the same space as them, but still emotionally there with using her code phrase with Brander Lawson, and all of them getting out, at least as far as that episode. I love seeing that contrast between that Maul's group and what Devin chose to do earlier versus what they choose to do now. And hey, not for nothing, it gives poor Anakin, who we know Obi-Wan always loves to tell poor Anakin, take some time, Anakin, think it out a little, which I totally agree with. But as Anakin once said in episode 3, there's more than one way out of here. Anakin, we don't want to get out. We want to get moving. Well, guess what? Sometimes in this case, to get moving, they had to get out, up the elevator. So I personally just thought of that moment from episode 3 when I saw that and how they got out. So I'm talking too long now, but there's much to love about these episodes.
Yeah, there is a ton and great insights. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jedi James, for calling in from Raxus.
It's gonna change one day. I haven't had a chance to change it yet.
There you go. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. We had some great comments here. Will Dixon saying Maul, quote, rising in the sewer puddle is shot in a way very similar to Rey's rise to her feet in The Rise of Skywalker. The motivating focus is very different between the two, however. Love versus revenge. Yeah, I love those kind of parallels there. Rich T saying, what if there will be a slight misdirect? What if Daki and Devin just get separated? Like maybe there are 2 ways off planet and Devin has to leave with Maul while Daki has to leave with Lawson and Sol. And as JMB said in chat, the old D&D trick, separate the party. So that could be something too.
Yeah, people are making me think of lots of different things of, maybe they get separated. I so want Maul to take out at least Merrick and set him up to become a gas guy.
I guess.
But what if like they're ready to leave and Devin won't go until she cuts down Merrick, and like the end is like she hops on the ship after hopping out to do some vengeance, and Doc is like
Love that there. All right, we've got Maddie, we've got Detective McCarson, we got Lex, we got Jamie B and Jared in line there. Okay. Let's go ahead and take audio only from our resident. How do we call him? He's a Maul acolyte. That's what he is. He's Matty Gunner. Matty, how you doing?
Gentlemen, I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you both?
Good.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
It's definitely, yes, one of them. Yeah.
One of them indeed. Know what I mean? All right, Maddie, 7 and 8. What'd you love? Did you love your boy Maul getting all hurt and sad? And where did we go?
I didn't, because it really kind of hit home. Like some of the things that he was struggling with in the tunnel were like they hit personally, and it shed it even brought me to a couple tears. So,
well, that's
it's
good Star Wars storytelling.
And another parallel with me and him have is the dodgy knee. So even throughout this, I'm just like, God damn it! Filoni's writing this character for me.
I hope no one's cut your hip too.
No, the hip hasn't gone yet. But, I'm getting up there, so it's probably going to happen soon.
So, Maddie, this affects you deeply, and I always tease you, and sometimes you and I will message each other where I try to turn you back from the dark side of the Force. But I know you're on the light side. But we know Maul's end. But at this point, what are you hoping that there's any kind of small redemption for Maul? You want him? What do you want him to? Where do you want him to go? How do you want him to deal with this pain?
It's interesting you bring this up. We have a lot of talk of Maul's manipulation of Devon. From what I've seen of Devon as a character, I really don't think it's going to happen. I think Darky is unfortunately going to. If there was a Cowshe whatever betting line on it, I would put a lot of money down on that. Darky's not going to be with us for much longer. And I feel like that's going to be the catalyst for Devon to be like, I need to honor my master's teachings and not fall into what Maul is trying to get me to do. I think that's in turn going to be a catalyst for Maul to then be like, okay, maybe I am going about this the wrong way. Am I still going to be evil? Or what we perceive to be evil? Yeah, he's a crime lord. There's unfortunately in life, there's certain things about I don't want to say behavior, but like your moral code that you just can't change. There's certain things that have been imprinted on him since he was a child that can't, like habits that can't be broken. And that, again, something I felt very personally in watching they go through the tunnel. And I feel like she's not going to be like a North Star for Maul, but she's going to be something like, maybe there is a different way to do this. Maybe the way that my master taught me, the way I've been going about it, there is a different way, and I've just got to find it.
I mean, I do think there's in his story, there is plenty of room for him to make some strides forward that he sadly has to step back from by the time we catch up with him in Solo and Rebels. But I think that desire for something more, I thought one of the really most powerful and touching moments that I hate you in the tier, but I have to make it so Palpatine can never do this to anyone else. It's still vengeance, but there's that hint of like maybe actually a truly better purpose, and just an awareness of trying to prevent trauma. That to me did feel like there is. I don't think anybody should be trusting him right now because he's still manipulating, but possibility for him to grow more.
Well, I'll tell you one thing the show's been really successful doing, Maddie. This should make you happy. Is people are really behind Maul. I posted that short this week about can we feel sorry for him? Yes, but he makes bad choices, and some people were very very clear that I was wrong, that they 100% support Maul going forward. So the show's doing a good job with it.
That's the thing. I don't think you are wrong. It's kind of like, I was talking to Mike from the Tank America podcast about this the other day, of like, there's the quote from Scarface, right? Of you need people like me so you can point the finger and say, that's the bad guy. I feel like Maul has always been that. It's like, oh, bad Sith guy, gonna kill. Oh, that's the evil guy there. But now we're getting into a look of why. You guys I've always said you guys are the champions of the why of it all. Now, and like going through going through therapy, like learning about the why of why certain things have happened to me, right? It's a very common thing to go through in therapy, of like, why
Yeah.
the why of these things happen. Now we're starting to see the why
Mhm.
the way he is, and
Love
people are starting to be like, oh, now we get it. And now I'm being like, thank you. We're finally seeing him as like what I have always seen. And it's like,
Yeah.
I told you guys I wasn't crazy. I told you guys I wasn't a violent psychopath.
Let's clip that out. Oh, it's the best of ForceCenter. I told you guys I wasn't a violent psychopath. No, Maddie, we totally understand. I think there's so much to have empathy for with Maul, and I think it has always sort of been there for folks to connect the pieces, but it's entirely different for the show to show it to us and to show him processing it, and showing him he's gonna die alone, injured in a sewer, and he needs to keep going, and he doesn't know any other way how than to use what he's been taught, to use anger to get himself back on his feet.
Yeah. All right, Maddie, we got a lot of calls today, but
Sure.
but meaning I want to hear your predictions for 9 and 10, and in a quick fashion here. What do you got? Where's the over under on Ducky? How long he survives, if he survives?
Darky's gonna go in the last episode in 10, I think.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
the Crow is probably gonna pull another one of his dirty little tricks, and Darky's unfortunately gonna meet his end. I think Rookcast is gonna have to make a decision between her Mandalorian code and following Maul's ambitions, because it clearly doesn't meet what the greater Mandalorian vision is. So I think we're also gonna have to have a look and see what happens with her. I'm just really excited to see Dryden Voss, man. I hope Paul Bettany's doing the voice. I really do. That's one thing I'm also really looking forward to seeing Dryden back.
Love that.
Yeah, that'll be very cool. I'm glad it's hitting home for you, Maddie.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I appreciate you guys, hearing me out and understanding, not judging. But it's you two, so I know you wouldn't. So
not judging at all. Thank you, buddy, for calling in. Get some sleep out there. It's late out there.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
Love that.
Maddie made me think of something too about season 2, and what a lot of us have been talking about, of like this show is not feeling like just like get to the moment where she turns and has a new name. It's a lot of season 2 could be like a long enemy mine where if Docky dies, she is all alone in this galaxy and hunted, and so is he, and maybe they just need each other, and there is no agreement on philosophy. It's just like, but we both know we're gonna die without each other. There's been a lot of talk about, can you be allies with somebody who is also kind of your enemy? It'd be fascinating if they're just like, this isn't about her turning, it's just about they're stuck together and they get closer and closer.
Yeah. Hey, and also Young Guns 2 and Enemy Mine mentioned on this Star Wars podcast. You and I were definitely born in the 70s. Love that Enemy Mine. Mike Fink to comment here. Where was it, Mike? Mike's entering his Vadaki lives. Devin doesn't turn. Voss is holding a Drake. I like that.
Solid. Will he eat Colo Clawfish? That's the big question.
That is the big question, indeed. All right, our lineup of calls right now. Sometimes it switches if you guys come in and out of the studio, so you lose your place in line if you call back, because I forget what I said earlier in the show. We got Detective McCarcel, Lex Tano returning to the show, Jamie B, and Jared. Let's get the very stationary Detective McCarcel on the show with his luscious locks of hair. How you doing, friend?
You call in like once or twice while driving you can never live it down.
We just got safety first. You're obviously loving this show. 7 and 8 highlights, and where you going in 9 and 10?
Honestly, I'm loving the show so much that it's kind of making me regret knowing what happens in Rebels. I
know what you mean.
It would almost somehow make this show better, and then make Maul's arc in that show better if they had just been in the opposite order. It almost feels that way. But Joseph, since you weren't here last week, I've been taking notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's now noting.
ForceCenter's broken me, and I can't not take notes now.
When you're watching the show,
I on the rewatches. Especially for this show, because I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch it before class.
Wow.
Not taking notes at that point. A couple quick ones. Marok brooding like Batman for no reason, but spectacular shot. The view of the city was fantastic, but he has no discernible reason to be up there. It's great. He's just doing what I think kids would call aura farming. He's just they're being cool. That's it.
I kind of took it as he was going around the city trying to get to different locations, and he's just lost. And instead of going, he tried to make it look real cool by bending down on one knee and gargoyling, going, where the bleep am I?
Love that.
Don't let your regrets consume you. Hit me like a sledgehammer. That one was a little too much. I won't let him do this to anyone else. Sounds like something that would be cheered for if Superman said it. In any other context, that is a badass superhero line. I love the feeling of frustration Maul has during the fight with the Inquisitors, because deep down, I think he absolutely could take both of them were he in top form. If he hadn't had the damaged leg, all that, I think he would have probably taken them both down then and there.
Feeling it. Okay.
I never thought about how scary it would be from Maul's perspective to be cut in half. Really and truly. Just
the Kenobi shot. Yeah. Okay.
Like the POV, like his POV of getting cut in half. I've been watching The Phantom Menace for 27 years. Never once did I think, I wonder how he felt in that exact instance when, just never came across my.
The show's doing good work.
Great. And the big one, the Vader of it all. Y'all touched on the scope of the story, and I think that's kind of where I fall on the Vader of it. I don't think he fits the scope of this season. I'm pretty on the he's not showing up. Maybe a hologram. But no, I think that ultimately what's going to probably happen is I do still think Taki dies this season. If not, I'd be shocked, honestly, because all season we've had great scenes of him being an anchor for Devin, and what happens when he's not there to be that anchor feels like the arc for her for season 2.
I like that.
Yeah, I tend to agree, and I think a Vader hologram or a Vader, they escape, and maybe even a Palpatine Vader scene of hey Vader, the Inquisitors failed, step up and take care of this.
Indeed. Great stuff, Michael. You're taking great notes, man.
Fabulous. You got to email them to us.
Yeah, please send them to me. Do my work for me. Great stuff, Michael. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, guys. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Love that. Regarding Vader, Ethan, I think you favored this one earlier, Joseph. I think it's a great one. Ethan says, my only problem with Vader coming into the end as a teaser for season 2 is that Rebels already did that. Vader shows up in these last 2 episodes. I want him to really show up. I agree with that sentiment.
I definitely agree with the sentiment. I think it would be the second time that we've had a cool Vader moment that's too cool to resist, but it's happened twice, which I'm thinking of the sliced helmet where Ahsoka slices it open and Kenobi slices it open. Both cool. I know how people love that it's the different eyes and all that, it's fantastic. And I get that there is a repetition of that, but it also feels like I wouldn't be thinking that way if they hadn't had the Inquisitor call in. If they had just had him call the Grand Inquisitor, or if they just had him call back to the Inquisitorius and say, I need more support or whatever. It's the fact that they teased Vader that made me feel like.
Yeah. And I know, and I'm with you on it. I take it as Vader, but I've seen some people going, no, it was the Crow. The Crow shows up. He was just calling back to him and it matches up, I guess I just don't understand the ranking order in the Inquisitorius. If is there some guy, you're a lieutenant, you got promoted, Crow's a middle manager? I don't know. So until proven otherwise, I'm with you. I think it was a higher authority.
I don't think he bends the knee to Crow, and he bent the knee.
Right. I mean, I'm half joking. I saw some people talk about this online. The tone was like, "Come on, folks, it's not Vader, it's this." I'm like, okay, that does make sense. Again, the cowl matches up to the Crow. I got daydreamy lost in the pecking order of the Inquisitors, and I didn't see Merrick bowing. Maybe.
Yep.
All right. Last week she made her debut on the show, as did her dog, but she's calling it now. Lex Tano is back. How are you and your Jedi dog?
How are you guys?
Good. I like the doggy.
Nice to meet you, Joseph. I was a long time listener, first time caller last
Very
week.
nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my Jedi Knight Luke. So he made his appearance, like Ken said, last week. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, is he around? We always love a good
Oh,
dog
here we
sighting.
go. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can flip the camera. He's over there. Let me see. Back camera. He's
There he-
over there
oh,
kind of sulking a
he's
little bit.
sleeping. Look at that. And also on the big screen. That's it.
Yeah.
He's watching
Yeah.
it.
I have to have multiple things up so I can comment and watch
Got
and
it.
StreamYard, all that stuff. So
We appreciate it. And I know you've been having fun in Discord this week, or your first week in the ForceCenter Discord. Really good stuff. So
yeah.
all right, 7 and 8, what'd you like, and where are you going with 9 and 10?
Well, 7 and 8 were fantastic, like all the rest of the weeks. I shed a little tear for Maul. I got a little emotional about it. Like several other people said, we know his story. We know what happened to him, but when he looped it all together and to see him be vulnerable with himself, I think, and let himself really feel, obviously he fueled that with anger and a drive to get him to this grand plan. But I commented last week, I love Maul's my favorite dark side character for a lot of different reasons, but he's not all the way redeemable, but he shows these little flashes of maybe like is he really, he doesn't want anything to happen to, Sidious to do this to other people. Is it part of him is soft about it and wanting to, really truly that be it, or is he just using complete fuel? So that was a wonderful sequence for me. I don't think that Devin's gonna turn completely, just like what you had mentioned, Joseph. I think that they're all gonna be put in this situation where they may have to work together. It was mentioned in chat, which I had thought of too, like what if they're going off world, they get separated, whatever combination that might be.
Right.
Docky and Devin separated, they trying to get back to each other, but the only way to do that is with the aid of Maul. And I don't foresee, I don't think Docky's gonna die in this season. But I also put him a little further into the second season. I've got a little faith with that. I think he adds to Devin's character for sure, because she has that little bit of an internal, my Jedi ways versus, we're living in a different time now,
Right.
we're trying to survive out here. So yeah, I love the show, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. It's going to be mind blowing for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, it's really nice to be in this place where there are kind of some really direct. It was going to go left or is it going to go right? But it's very, very open ended, and it's a really nice place to be in. This just place of like pure fun speculation with everybody.
Yeah, and I think the hype of it all, we were the fandom. I think a lot were going, turn dark immediately, or the whole Darth Talon. I didn't read the comics, so I'm really not sure how that would even come to be for her to be Dark Talon. But I never was one to subscribe to turn immediately. There's so much development that obviously is being done, and we're going in a direction where it's getting rich in the storytelling of it. And I think to have her turn, or to have Docky die immediately, or however, it really would have closed everything off for the future. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
You're speaking to something that's close to, I think, our hearts here at ForceCenter. We're even doing this episode. Predictions are fun. Guessing what's coming next. What do you want to have happen? It's absolutely part of our fandom.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, Lex, is what I think we've preached for years with the engage with the art presented to you kind of angle of, like I said, even I going in a series I was excited for had like, all right, check this box. But it's not doing that, and I think everyone's meeting the show where it's at, and that opens up so many storytelling possibilities next season. So I love it.
For sure, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as nothing happens to Spybot, I think that's the thing that the fandom could not tolerate.
He's fantastic. I love droids. I mean, R2's my favorite, but
nice.
I just droids bring so much to Star Wars, they really do. And Spybot he's on it. I love him.
Yeah, he's on point.
He is great.
Joseph wasn't here last week when you called in, Lex, of course. You have that life-size R2 in the back, right? Is that?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
yeah. You got to show Joseph.
Wow.
Do you want me to turn him on real quick?
Sure. Let's get R2 moving. All right. I love this. We got a little bit of this.
We're on the move.
I love it. It's like a radio bit. We got our Lex Tano down on the street.
Okay, let me turn the camera. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Oh, the tension builds. Oh, my Lord. Wow.
Look at that.
Was that a purchase, or did you have that constructed?
It was a purchase. Last holiday season, Home Depot had him. They had Chewie. They had Vader and a stormtrooper. Now R2 was flying off the shelves. I had to go on an app to get to track when he was in stock. It was madness. But I love him. He's great.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
I think I saw the Chewie, and I think he was, there was a little bit of some uncanny valley stuff going on with the animatronic Chewie, if memory serves, but R2 is on. It's perfect.
That's amazing.
Yes, and he's great, and I love him.
Lex Tano, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for jumping into our Discord with open arms, and we're happy to have you here. I appreciate it. Same.
Good to be here. Take care, guys.
Absolutely. There you go. Got to get a lifetime R2. A life-size R2 for lifetime. All right. We had a couple comments coming in. I think we starred, a couple versions from Rich T. Rich T corrected his, I think the second one was his corrected comment there. This one right here.
Yes. I enjoy that Doc doesn't know Order 66 specifically. He can only describe it as a Jedi purge of some kind. He doesn't know exactly what it is. I like that little detail because most wouldn't know. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of great little kind of moments of subtlety around that, of really reminding us where we are. Like, clearly, Maul is aware of the Inquisitors, but maybe he doesn't even know the term at first because he says Jedi Hunters, but later they say Inquisitors. But both Maul and Rook seem so impressed and want to know the answer of, like, how did you survive? How could any Jedi survive? It's really great to have it reframed, without the full understanding.
Wonderful little detail. Super chat coming in from the Cali Kid. Are you guys ready for Star Wars Celebration LA 27?
No, not at all. No. We're barely ready to be able to buy the tickets. Excited for excited. If it means yes, in that way, yes. Ready?
I am trying. I have a year to get myself ready for the fact that I probably won't have a hotel and I'll have to drive in and out every day, which I know you're all out there going, cry for me, Argentina. I get it. But we'll get there. We'll be ready. One day. We got Jamie B. We got Jared. Jamie B. calling in. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, guys. How you doing?
Good. Doing good. What do you got for 7 and 8 and 9 and 10?
First of all, I shouldn't even be up here because if you're going to follow R2, unless I bring Babu Frick in and have him make a personal appearance, I can't keep with that. I got to do something. I'll talk to the wife about it. But as far as like the past two episodes, it trips me out because the flashbacks or the visions with Maul, obviously, you start to sympathize with them. It was almost like a forced panic attack. Like just falling in there. It's like, I am going through this stuff right here. And it kind of really, for me, it kind of framed it. Because before when I was up here, I said that Maul was like the master of petty. And I now realize, like, it's, at least for me, it's like two different things I really, really grabbed onto. Like the thing with Kenobi and all of his adversaries is more of an ego thing. Like, I can't be beat by you. I'm better than you. I've done this longer. I do way more katas than anybody probably in the Jedi Order has ever done. But the Sidious thing, and like I said, through the visions, you can really see it. It's like, no, this is traumatizing for him. And his thing with Sidious, this is true vengeance. Like it's hatred rooted in vengeance as opposed to hatred and ego. And like I just really found that to be just like super cool and interesting.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. There's always something partnered with hate. Ego, vengeance. But you're right. He's got that great line when he first confronts Devin and Docky together, where he talks about, you have allowed yourself to be beat by people who are inferior to you. Talking about the Sith, and another caller was talking about Maul in the cave fighting those Inquisitors and just feeling like kind of pissed off. And I feel like it's kind of like he just wants to be he wants to get Devin to leave planet with him. That's what's on his mind. He's got this Riley kid to deal with. Then the Inquisitors show up, and he's kind of like, I'm not in the headspace for this. You caught me at a bad time, but damn it, you're less than me. And if I was on my game, I'd be kicking your ass. But you caught me with my pants down. And now I'm getting my ass handed to me, and damn it,
you caught me with my legs off. Yeah. Sorry.
And the thing that's so cool about that too is like, all right, now that you kind of see where his mindset is, he's got so much skin in the game. It's so personal for him. So like, I kind of look at it like he's looking around like, hey, who's in it for the love of the game like me? Because I live and breathe this thing. It's kind of like a person that you sit down and you're like, hey, they want you to listen to an album with them. And you listen, oh, that was cool. And they're like, no, you don't really understand the deepness of it. It's just like, dude, I'm sorry. I like the music, but obviously it's touched you in a different way. So, that's cool for you.
That's a great analogy.
Those really kind of stood out for me for the past episodes.
Love that. And that's me and trying to explain to Led Zeppelin fans that I get it. It just doesn't, it's not, I don't take the Stairway to Heaven. I'm sorry. What's your thoughts on 910, Docky living, surviving, something different? What do you got?
I always want to say that I want him to live. I mean, it's just the answer that we all want to give. But I think, and not trying to write it or build up expectations, I think it would be cool if the intent is for Devin to turn, and we all don't know, but if it is, it would be cool to see him live up through her turn, to just kind of see that, wow, my student is falling. And I think it would be a really interesting twist where if he does fall, that Devin kind of stands on business and say, no, where we're expecting her to zig and she decides to zag and not turn, because it's almost like motivation for her to not let her master have fallen and her become the thing that they've all fought against the entire lives.
There's a lot of hope in that.
Yeah. And one last thing, please, 2 boots. Make sure this man survives. We cannot have another K2SO situation. I need him to stick around, and he needs some new boots.
Yeah.
Represent him properly.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars isn't always a show where somebody has to go for stakes. It's not like, mid-run 24 where like somebody's got to die, But when you go through the roster of people who might not make it off the planet, like, okay, well, maybe, okay, real cast. Can't be Spybot. I mean, it shouldn't be Riley Lawson, for God's sake. Can't be 2 boots, Yeah. So that's why Docky starts to be like, But I love that theory. I love it. Love it.
JBB, appreciate your passion and your thoughts on these 2 episodes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Take it
All
easy.
right. We appreciate
Ken, I have
you.
an important question for you.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Led Zeppelin 1, the first Led Zeppelin album?
I mean, I'll say yes in a general sense. We played a lot of it on my radio station in the 90s, and it just never took.
I'm not going to sit there with you and listen to it, but I'm encouraging you to find the first album.
Okay.
Get yourself a whiskey and listen through the whole thing.
Okay.
Because the whole thing is just a big, sad breakup album.
Big journey. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I count the Tolkien references as I go along, or when does that hit it?
I think Led Zeppelin 2 is where it goes off the deep end, where you're like, yeah, all right. And Gollum did what to who? What?
There you go. We got to see. Let's see. I want to. Lex Tano with a very generous super chat calls in and gets a super chat. We appreciate that. ForceCenter meetup celebration. Yeah, we will absolutely make that happen. And I want to make sure Cali Kid. I want to make sure Cali Kid knows. Cali Kid says it's going to be set at ForceCenters, not at Star Wars Celebration LA 27 for the 50th. We will be there. We'll be there.
We might
come
not
hell or
get
high
into
water.
any panels, but if not, we'll just be hanging around outside.
You'll see us. We'll be there. We'll celebrate. I'll be down at El Cholo around the corner having some chips and salsa and some guac. It's going to be a good time. So don't you fret. Don't you fret.
Matty Warner coming in with a real good point. Empire could have at least given him some in-regulation uniform boots. Yeah, they didn't just have to take the droid's boots.
There you go. And Rich D says, will Jen be there with us? Or asks, will Jen be there with us? That's always, that's always the goal. So we'll see. And congratulations to Jen, who was on the TCM event last night, hosting it and doing stuff there. So there you go. I'm not invoking I'm not a Zepp hater. I appreciate their place in history. There's a couple songs I do go, oh yeah, I like that song. It didn't connect with me. And what are you going to do? I'm like Maul. All right. Final call today queued up is Jared taking it home. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for calling in as always.
Great to see you both. I'm always delighted when I can make one of the live shows because, again, usually I'm working during the week. But
screw work.
Yeah. Work is nice. It means you can live. But what I would say is, one of the themes of this discussion, I know, has been people really turning over the possibility in their minds about what would happen if Master Daki does indeed survive the season. And I've been these two episodes really kind of got my mind turning on that subject because, yes, I was one of the people who basically this guy's the secret cousin of Jedi Master. I'm a Gundai. He's doomed. But it really did. These past two episodes got me wondering, as you guys always say, what's the why of the story? And it's and if Master Daki does live, why did the writers make that choice instead of the more easy, expected choice of, he kind of tragically sacrifices himself or is killed by the Empire in order to fuel Devon's arc? And one of the lines that really kind of got me thinking on that front was the line where, in episode 8, I believe, when after Riley is captured and the Master Daki is kind of feeling sad about that, but he tells Devon, I fear our presence has made things worse. Perhaps if we were to extricate ourselves from the situation, the Empire would show leniency to the Lawsons. And that was a line where Devon just looks at him like, what are you talking about? And it was a line that kind of echoed a line that Lawson himself had to Two Boots earlier. It's like, Two Boots / Master Daki, you're very smart, but you just don't get it. And that actually kind of made me wonder if maybe that's the angle that if Master Daki does live, that could be the why of it. Because, if Master Daki, we've seen these moments where Devon has really kind of started to push back against Master Daki's philosophy, even though she loves and respects him. One of the moments that really stood out to me in episode 8 is the moment when she goes and takes the gets the speeder from the kind of thuggish aliens, and she gives them the moment to give it up. I'm going to need to borrow this, and then when they come out and they put their hands on her, she sighs, and then she's like, yeah. And you can kind of tell she's just relishing the opportunity. She's like, yeah, you know what? I gave you a chance, but I'm fully capable of kicking all of your asses, and now I get to do it. And she does.
Loved it.
And I do think that regardless, when she makes her choice, and I do believe this season will end with her at least deciding to fight with Maul, even if she doesn't outwardly become his apprentice and call him master. But he will have his hooks into her, and he will know it. And it will be on a slippery slope where she will, be making more and more morally compromised choices until she basically has fallen and crosses some irrevocable line that she has to reckon with.
Right.
But if Daki is, because you, Joseph, you always talk about the idea of justice for the Jedi. And if Master Daki just dies heroically, well, then that's a certain kind of noble sacrifice. If he dies, because of the failure to, evolve, then that's more of a tragic. But what if, for instance, Daki loses Devon because she's like, I love you, Master, I respect you, but your philosophy in these times, it just doesn't work, at least for me. And so I need to go with Maul now. And then we have the interesting prospect of what Daki's role in season 2 could be. Like, is he reckoning with the possibility, much like Obi-Wan losing Anakin, like the choices that he made, even though Devin would be responsible for her own choices, in respect, contributed to his apprentice, turning away from what he considers the right path. And that could be a fascinating way for us to keep the character of Daki around and see, like, maybe him recognizing that, yes, this philosophy that I've held for however many hundreds of years I've been alive, the idea that I would, tyranny is always defeated. We must remain hopeful. And yes, there is a time and a place to fight. We see that in The Last Jedi, but we also see in shows like Andor and The Rise of Skywalker, tyranny ultimately falls when good people stand up and decide, no, enough. And it could be a more personal journey for Daki, for him to kind of think about the idea that I had this philosophy for so many years, but as much as we saw with the Two Boots, the Republic is not the Empire. These times are different. I must adapt. And maybe if he tries to go on a quest to get Devin to turn back, and so she still has the metaphorical angel and devil on her shoulder, even if she has temporarily decided to side with the devil of Maul. And so that just got me thinking, maybe there is a way for Daki to stick around and him not just essentially subvert the expectations of everyone thought he was going to die and now he didn't. But if he did, why is he still around? Then he has to have his own character arc and evolution. I think that could be fascinating.
I love it.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I love what you're saying about how Daki is having to struggle to adapt, and I think I'm still very much on his side, but I almost feel like he's got like just a touch of toxic positivity. Like he wants the situation to be not quite as bad as it is, and he won't quite be honest about it because he's got the the line right at the beginning with the fruit of "I trust in the kindness of strangers," and that doesn't work out for him. He's got the good line in the subway to her about "I've been around and I've seen tyranny come and it falls." And the way he's saying it is like, "Give it 3 months, we'll be okay." Not 19 years of hell. And they'll be lenient. Does almost seem like he is just kind of he doesn't want to let in how truly awful the situation is. So that's I think a really great insight, and I think it will either play into his continued existence or the means of his demise.
Jared, great stuff as always. Well thought out. We appreciate you sharing that, and you got great stuff. A lot of food for thought, and the why of Daki living is something I'm gonna think about more because I want him to survive. Now I'm on that train. I'm off that.
Awesome. And happy birthday to the great Molly Damon. My birthday was yesterday, so we're not quite birthday twins, but it's close enough. I'll call
there. Indeed. Happy birthday to you belatedly and Molly again today. Appreciate you, Jared.
Take care.
All right, there we go. Cali Kid says, I'm staying in Anaheim and driving over to LA. Good luck. I'm kidding.
He can enjoy the drive. He's got all that time to listen to Led Zeppelin. Just
yes. Oh. Okay. All right. I think we got all the super chats. Great thoughts, great questions all the way through tonight. You all really showed up today. We appreciate that. I think that's about it. I'm Joseph. I don't think I've been this nervously excited for Star Wars a finale in a long time. Andor absolutely got me going, but there was a lot of sense of just the shit's gonna hit the fan, but this has some. I'm invested in these characters in a wonderful way and ways I didn't expect. Not comparing to other shows, but I expected some of the connections I had in Andor, Skeleton Crew, like those shows built up in a way. This one has, I went into it with maybe just base level thoughts about what could happen. Of life is busy. Let's tune in. He's gonna die. She's gonna turn. And even if that happens in these episodes, they've gotten there in such an interesting, important way. I'm excited.
I agree. I think there are things that I want to happen emotionally, and there are things I don't want to happen emotionally. And I think that's a good sign that I'm emotionally invested. And I think this has been such a fun conversation because I think for me, the main thing I want to be ready for is the scope of the story is going to be the scope of the story. this could be, you know, a combined total of, you know, 42 minutes of them being chased by Inquisitors,
right?
You know, with some dollops of knowledge along the way. You know, it could end on a straight up cliffhanger, right? It could be almost anything because they're telling the story that they want to tell, and we're all enjoying it. So I just can't wait to see what the end of it is for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad it's just season 1. Cali Kid with a very generous super chat.
Thank you.
And we're teasing about stay where you want at LA Star Wars Celebration 2027. You're all going to have fun in this city. So that is it for us. We'll be back. Joseph and I haven't even talked about it. So Monday is May 4th. So we're set to be live, but Joseph's traveling. We also got the finale, and people are going to want those reactions and reviews. Ooh, a lot happening. So we'll see you soon here. That is it. You can follow us at ForceCenter Pod on social media. You also can support us, please, directly at patreon.com/ForceCenter. Don't forget to listen to the podcast feed. That's our original home where our heart still lies. And on Sundays, we re-release Databank Brawl, which is a show that ran from 2016 to 2020. And it's a lot of fun to not just go back, but to remember who came on the shows. We just had an episode, I think we're in the run where Ash Crossan came back for some episodes as well.
Nice.
So there you go. Follow me at Catnapsuck. I want to highlight again, if you're local, on Sunday, May 24th, 5 p.m., Flappers Comedy Club in the Yoo-Hoo Room. I'm going to put a flyer out hopefully soon. Joseph and I will be anchoring a Star Wars-themed, pop culture nerd-themed comedy show here in Burbank. So please come on out, if you will. I'll have some information out soon. Where you follow me is where I'll put it. Joseph, your short film, your last short film's doing good numbers, my friend. It's working.
It is. I'm really proud of it. I really like it. It's called Victim 7. It is about a young woman facing an old monster in a new form. And I think it is, I find it relatable, and I found it very cathartic. And my friend Jessica Fenton, who's also one of the stars of our horror film, Dead Media, just does a fantastic job, and I think it's doing the numbers that it is because of Jessica. So go check it out. Not only for me, but to meet Jessica, because I think you're going to be seeing a lot of her. She's extremely talented.
She is great. That is it for now. Thanks for everyone who called in. We'll see you next time here on ForceCenter.